Yeah, I love that sort of sequencing approach. And yeah, comparing that with where you have a very sort of metaphor heavy framework where you have a conversation with someone who's familiar with that, and it becomes very confusing because they start using the jargon around the model that feels like, okay, I need to read all the books in order to understand what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
actually, if the end goal, which it probably is the same, self-regulation, it's
Well, that's
overcomplicating things that could
I
be simple. Yeah.
apologies. I agree. We're introducing another layer of understanding, which I don't believe is necessary. It may be helpful for some, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a market for it, but I don't think it's necessary to introduce the idea of parts or selves or souls or whatever other metaphor that we need. I don't think it's necessary. I think it overly complicates things and it latches somebody onto that way of thinking.
Mm.
And so if the goal
Yeah.
is to get to self-regulation, and what I would expect is that once someone is truly self-regulated, that they would not have the need for the metaphors. I would expect those metaphors to be shed and unnecessary, and therefore this modality will be irrelevant.
Mm.
I don't know if that's happening in practice. My goal is to make myself irrelevant. That is my goal.
Yeah.
My goal when people come into the academy or work with me in therapy, and I tell them is like, I don't want you to need me soon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you chose to work with me, but my goal is to make it so that you don't need to ever see me ever again as fast as possible.
Mm.
I want to make myself irrelevant. And so I do that by, or hopefully we all therapists or helpers do that by teaching and modeling and working people through effective skills that they can own. They can own and repeat and build mastery of, and
Yeah.
then never need to work with us again. That's to me, that's the goal. Not to give proclamations and then to give you a new proclamation, and then there's probably going to be another proclamation after that. That doesn't seem to be independence building. I'm not sure how to
Mm.
put that. It doesn't seem to equate to that, you know?
No, I absolutely agree.